Well, sir, Mr. Victor Gook and his son, Mr. Rush Gook, are in the kitchen seated at the supper table as we enter the small house halfway up the next block now. Mrs. Victor Gook is not in evidence. And young Rush, who has just descended from above stairs, is saying,
"Where's Mom at?"
She stepped across the alley to borrow a chunk of butter from Ma Harris. If you hadn't been upstairs asleep, you could have gone.
I wasn't asleep. I was learning algebra definitions.
Your mother hollered.
I had my bedroom door closed. Never heard her. Say, my brains get sharper every day. You know what? I memorized 3 definitions in 25 minutes flat. Closed my eyes, cudgeled my cerebrum, my cerebellum, and my medulla oblongata.
Shall we not interfere with the raisin bread? We have a lady dining with us. In polite circles of society, half-wits do not help themselves to food until everyone's at the table.
Who's the lady?
Mama.
Oh.
So quit flirting with the raisin bread till she returns.
I'm starved.
So am I. But I'm also a person of breeding. You're apparently a...
Hey, here's Mom. Greetings there.
Greetings. Haven't started to eat yet, have you?
No.
Good thing. We're going to eat supper at Miss Harris's.
What's this, Dr. Sleep?
It's Mr. Breep's birthday, and he gave Miss Harris money to cook up a big, special, fancy meal. Invited the other roomers to help eat it. Stuff happened so nobody could show up. We've been asked to come over. Miss Harris has got food by the bushel.
And we got food by the bushel ourselves. In fact, it's right here in front of me in tantalizing array. I'm about to flourish my knife.
I said
fork.
we'd be happy to accept the invitation. And she's got stylish eats. Big, grand, lovely steak. Mr. Croucher had to order special. Hot biscuits, Rush. Ice cream, too.
I've got a streak of fun in my makeup. You can notify Miss Harris. I'll only be too
Jump
pleased.
up, Mr. Vic. You got to make yourself presentable.
Presentable?
She's got the supper table set in the dining room. We're not going to come slouching in with baggy pants on and whiskers.
You're not suggesting that I shave?
Certainly am.
Who's going to be on deck besides Miss Harris?
Mr. Sludge.
I have to dress up for him? Well, holy smoke.
I said we'd be there in 10 minutes. Let's not have monstrous big discussions and trash. Willie, you got to doll up a little, too. Shinny out of that sweater and get a coat.
Hey, I don't need any shave. My face is smooth as velvet.
I told her 10 minutes. She's all ready to take the things off from the stove.
Inspect my face once. If you can locate any rough stubble of beard, I'll...
All right, leave your face slide. But you do have to change your trousers. You got shoes on?
I'm wearing the half-wit easy slippers Besson Walters sent me with the tassels hanging down the sides and the Indian head on the toes and the tin beads that loop around the back of my
It's awful sweet of you to take up valuable time telling me what your easy slippers look like, but not at all necessary. I appreciate what they look like. Probably I picked them up and set them in your clothes closet 46,000 different mornings. Will you wear shoes?
The poor lug gets all set down to enjoy his evening meal. He's even got his knife and fork poised. The gastric juices have commenced to flow. His eye is bright and his heart is full. But just as he reaches for his first succulent morsel of food, it is snatched from him.
She's going to have extra fancy, big, thick steaks. The kind you're always asking me to buy. And the tasty trimmings that go along. It'll be a real treat. Miss Harris was lovely to invite us.
She just wants her stuff ed up.
Oh, my.
Well, she did ask us as a favor, didn't she? You said her lame-brained roomer Breep give her money to dish up a Tony feed.
You really want to carry on a long conversation?
I want to get out of a lot of dressing and undressing and combing and washing and shaving.
Willie, walk upstairs and bring down your father's brown suit and his shoes. Skin out that sweater and slip on a coat. Let's see your shirt.
Not a spot on it. Clean as a horse. I put it on.
All right, scoot.
Is Miss Harris going to have them trick mashed potatoes where they look like greens of rice and you slide...
Scoot. Vic, will you get up?
Feel my face.
What?
Feel my face. If your fingers come in contact with one single
You
whisker...
don't have to shave. I told you didn't have to shave. Haven't got time to shave. What I want you to do is help me here.
What suit of guys did you say, Mom?
Help you what?
Help me clear away our own supper here.
Mom.
We can't go... Oh, what?
Did you say bring down Guy's brown suit?
Yeah. We can't leave this
The
supper...
brown with the pinstripe or the brown one with the...
Brown one with the pinstripe.
Okay.
And you just stand there.
As yet, Sadie, you haven't mentioned
We've got
what
to clear away our own supper.
Why?
Would you just leave it?
I suppose there are legal statutes by the bylaws of the state of Illinois which prohibit any such horrible procedure, but
Put
at the
these
same
knives and
time...
forks in the drawer. Stack up the plates. I'll be putting the meat back in the pan. We can have it tomorrow, and the potatoes, too. Take the raisin bread and put it in the bread box. I don't see why there needs to be such a commotion.
If you'll reflect 3 seconds, I'm sure you'll agree with me when I point out you're raising a commotion. I myself...
Going across the alley to eat a bite of supper. Is that any reason for enormous big fuss and feathers?
An innocent passerby happening to overhear our feverish
Will you
colloquy
put the raisin bread back in the bread box? 10 minutes, I told her, Vic. 10 rotten, measly little minutes. We stand here letting them slide by.
Well, let's not stand here. Let's go.
You'd waltz into Miss Harris's living room for an extra special company feed, huh? In easy slippers and baggy pants. Mr. Sludge is decked out like an electric light. Checkered afternoon trousers and little black coat with velvet lapels. Hurry along, will you?
I'm about to die of starvation.
Well, so's everybody. Let's step along brisk and do what we have to do. To doll yourself up presentable.
I took off my sweater and put on a coat like you said. I never changed
All
my
right,
shirt.
give your father his things. You can be helping me clear the table. You'll play ball, won't you?
I'll gladly play ball.
Fine. Start piling up the plates, Willie.
Resembles a hollow mockery, don't it, to set the table for supper and then start to clear it off again without eating nothing?
Yeah, knives and forks go in the drawer.
What happened to Mr. Breep he can't put on the feed bag?
He's down at the city hall. Mr. Cameron's in trouble.
Yeah? What'd Mr. Cameron do?
Somebody accused him of stealing the brass ornaments out in front of the public library.
Oh, my God.
Mr. Breep's a real nice fella. He's down trying to get Mr. Cameron out of his fix.
Gee whiz.
Too bad all around. Mr. Breep's birthday, and he gives his landlady money to cook up a big fancy supper. And one of his fellow roomers gets in Dutch with the police. He feels like he ought to do what he can to help. Supper gets cooked and nobody to eat it. Fold the napkins nice, Willie. Skedaddle them back in their original creases. How are you getting along?
Excellent.
You're just sitting there.
After one leans over to lace his shoes, one's head is filled with blood, and a certain dizziness ensues, which makes it advisable to sit quiet a few minutes and relax in
Minutes
order
are just
to...
racing by, and I said we'd be right over.
I am a man, Sadie. I'm not an electric dynamo.
Please
which can
slip
be...
on your trousers. Pick up the olives and watermelon pickles, son.
Okay. Mr. Cameron accused of swiping the public library's brass ornaments, huh? What was he supposed to have done with them?
Sold them to the junk man.
The master criminal, that guy.
He certainly ruined Mr. Breep's lovely birthday dinner.
Uh-huh. Well, table's all unset.
I have on my trousers, Sadie.
Ready to trot?
I have yet to button my coat.
Well, let's be on our way. Oh, run another room and turn out the lights and see if the front door's locked. I think maybe you better check.
Telephone is good. Telephone is good.
It would be ringing.
Very possibly Bluetooth Johnson.
We'll see, and if it is, cut him off short.
Could conceivably be Rooster Davis.
Straighten your necktie, Vic.
I wouldn't put it past Leland Richards or Russell Duncan or Leroy Snowden.
Answer that.
Oh.
My necktie is now straightened. My necktie is now straightened, and I'm very hungry.
Oh? Yes, I believe she is. 1 second.
Miss Denbottom?
No. It's a lady, but she spoke so rapid I was unable to identify.
One side.
I'm not too happy. I feel that hunger and fatigue have taken a heavy
Yes?
toll, and I'm...
Oh, yes. Hey, I'll bet you wonder what on earth is keeping us. What, Miss Harris? Oh, really? Uh-huh. Why, how nice. How nice. Yes, indeed. Oh, us? Oh, not at all. Don't you fret about us, Miss Harris. No, sirree, sir, not at all. You go right ahead. Sure. I'll bet you do. Yes, I bet you do. All right, Miss Harris. All righty. Goodbye. Miss Harris.
Steak getting cold?
They let Mr. Cameron out of jail. Him and Mr. Breep just this minute got home.
Ain't we going over?
No.
We gonna eat here?
Yes.
Our table's all unset.
Uh-huh.
Our supper's all been put back in the pantry.
Mm-hmm.
Gov's got his clothes all changed.
Mm-hmm. Don't sit there staring at me, Vic. It's not my fault. I can't help it. Brush.
What?
We better start scaring up a bite to eat.
Which concludes another brief interlude at the small house halfway up in the next block.